What's going on, you guys? So, it looks like Slytherin has made a huge announcement, and Black Lab Games, of the expansion that's coming up for Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. And it looks like it's launching later this month, so we got an October timeframe for that, so that's great. So, diving right into it, it's going to involve a new game mode, 11 new skirmish maps, wow, that's a lot, 4 new munition types, and 12 new resource missions. That's going to be cool. In a new skirmish mode, players will be in command of a single fleet comprising of both military and civilian ships. Their task is to flee and survive while leading their soldiers and colonists back to Caprica. Players will be hunted relentlessly and find no reprieve. Huh. Wonder. That sounds familiar. if you don't if you're not familiar, that's basically the premise of the Battlestar Galactica series of the 2000s, which, if you haven't watched, involved the military protecting a massive convoy of ships, escaping the Cylons from annihilation. Resources will be limited, but players have the option to repair their ships and salvage resources after every jump. Each playthrough will be unique and completely randomized. Players can choose the location of their next jump, and every location will have a different set of potential bonuses and penalties. Players can customize their fleet, but they must remember to flee is to survive, and time is working against them. The Cylons will be coming. So yeah, this sounds like this sounds like exactly like the Battlestar Galactica series of the 2000s. Now, just to give you a little context here, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is set in the first Cylon War, right? Which there was no complete annihilation of humanity. Humanity survived. There was a peace treaty and all that good stuff. In the second Cylon War, which takes place so many years after, forgetting it, I think it's maybe somewhere around 40, somewhere around years. I could be wrong, but it's Adama, which is the head guy of the fleet in the series of the 2000s, was a young buck in the first Cylon War, and he was an admiral in the second Cylon War. So, there is a period of time that travels between, but not like a great deal of period of time. All right, so I think this new skirmish mode it's going to be incredible. This alone, by far, is going to make this DLC just worth it. No matter, I mean, it's just going to make this DLC perfect. It's going to make this DLC amazing, incredible, because it's going to emulate basically what we all wanted to do, which is to play as the commander of the Galactica, you know, escaping the Cylons, protecting the civilian ships, and trying to survive in essence. All right. Details about the other new features are below. 11 new thematic maps available in single player and multiplayer modes. 4 new munition types to increase the number of tactical options. These new munition types have been providing Colonial and Cylon admirals with more tools at their disposal than ever before. 12 new resource missions. Compelling new missions are now available in the campaign. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock Anabasis will be released on Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on October 18th. So say we all, which is a couple of days away. Which is going to be great. So new survival mode, flee the Cylon fleet and fly back home. That looks cool. New maps, 11 new beautiful maps featuring a range of scenarios. Wow, look at that planetary view. That's incredible. New munition types. You got 4 new munition types to expand your tactical options. Nice. New resource missions. 12 new types of missions for single player. All right. So let's see if there's a price here. No, it doesn't look like there is. They feel their mission now. They must shepherd thousands of civilians home. It started with the warning of a Cylon staging ground located at the distant mining colony. Samantha and Helena Agathon volunteered to lead a preemptive strike. 10,000 colonial soldiers would bring the fight to the Cylons. They were late. All they found was wreckage. The whole colony was razed to the ground. No human left alive. Now, Praetor Agathon turns her fleet to the lonely frontier colonies beyond. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Kronanos. No one is out there to protect them, and no one else can reach them. Drawn upon a CIC plotting table, Operation Anubis is the only hope for the vulnerable colonists. The Agathon sisters must evacuate every survivor they can find and shepherd them back to Caprica. They can't expect reinforcements and will find no shelter. They're greatly outnumbered and deep into enemy territory. Lachis will not hesitate to pursue, and it's a long trip home. All right. So basically just the same things that we covered. And they're going into a little bit of munition types. You got an EMP generator. Are methods of discharging electromagnetic pulse under ideal situations, damaging nearby Cylon ships while minimizing the damage to your own ships. This is usable by colonials only when used, and instead of launching a missile from a missile tube, the launching ship instead winds up its generator for a period of 3 seconds, after which an EM pulse is released, centered on the launching ship. Cool. Scrambler. The Scrambler is a defensive sentry munition that projects an ECM field, scrambling the enemy's radius and target locks. Unlike other mines, the Scrambler will trigger if any unit, friendly or hostile, crosses the detection border. When triggered, the Scrambler deploys an ECM field of 400 U's radius. All friendly units within the ECM field will have target lock removed, effectively making them hidden against guided munitions attacks. That's going to be cool. Additionally, any hostile units inside the ECM field are automatically identified and have the maximum tier of tech bay reduced. This drastically hinders their radius capability and makes them susceptible to hacking attacks or early guided munition launches. And then Comet PCM is an unguided ballistic missile projectile for Cylons, consists of a modified jamming suite and a homing device. The Comet is launched at an enemy ship and attempts to subvert any guided munitions whose path it crosses. It reprograms the guided munitions to follow the Comet, hopefully into the enemy ship. The name comes from the visuals of the Comet projectile, followed by its tail of converted missiles. They'll be pretty deadly. The debris mine is a directional remote frag mine, a new type of area control tool directing at controlling the airspace of squadrons. The munition deploys like a mine, however, once it reaches its destination, it automatically detonates. It is usable by colonials. And then here you have resource missions, Station Perb, Hub Assault, Resource Trade Minister, and so on. And each one of these presents a fresh tactical goal you will need to reach, from reaching intel data in satellite drop boxes before the Cylons beat you to it, to seeding an experimental virus into the Cylon command ship. Cool. All right, guys. So that looks like the DLC that's coming up. There is no price announced for it, but honestly, for me, this seems like a definitely must buy, mainly for that new survival mode, honestly. I think that's gonna give me the immersion that I've been so drastically wanting, that being able to lead a civilian fleet being hunted by the Cylons, and, going, basically going from system to system, trying to recuperate and trying to hold off this Cylon overwhelming threats and keeping those civilians alive as best as I can, which is going to be awesome. All right, guys, that does it for this. I'm really looking forward to it. October 8th can't come too soon, and I will catch you guys then.